respectable, but the slight dip in her neckline gave me a mouth-watering glimpse of her cleavage. "Don't look at her like that, you asshat." Hey," I said instead, as smooth as a fucking seventh grader.
"Hey,"
she answered with a bright smile as I leaned across the island.
"So, I picked up some more of that Greek yogurt you like, and some stuff for cupcakes tomorrow. I figured I'd bake with Letty to kind of celebrate our little," she gestured around her, "arrangement."
A corner of my mouth lifted in a smile. "Bailey, you're living with us. There's nothing illicit going on." Pink stained her cheeks, and damn if it didn't make her even more beautiful. Not that Bailey needed the help. She was petite, but packed a powerhouse body that had found itself under mine in a few of my more drunken fantasies. And that face? Damn, she was perfection. Huge hazel eyes, thick lashes, and olive skin with the most kissable mouth I'd ever laid eyes on. But that was all I was ever going to lay on her.
"Well, yeah,"
she said, pulling her long dark brown hair into some kind of knot on the top of her head.
"It's just a transition."
Hopefully a good one. It had to be. Letty adored Bailey, and we'd been friends since we were kids, so it wasn't like I could afford to piss off Bailey, or our mothers.
"It will be,"
she promised.
"Besides, I was practically living here anyway. Now I don't have to drive back to my place in the traffic."
Agreed. Seattle traffic could be a nightmare. She paused, leaning back against the opposite counter, inadvertently putting those lush curves on display. Fuck my life. If I didn't get out of here, I was going to sport wood harder than the fucking floor. "I'm going to go get a couple of miles in," I told her, pushing back from the island. She reached over and into the fridge, then tossed a bottle of water my direction.
"Have a good run. Oh, and I heard Rory and Warren talking today while we were moving in. If you want to grab a couple of beers with the guys, I'm totally okay here with Letty."
"Thanks, I'll think about it, but I'm pretty sure I'm just going to turn in and get the hell away from you before I lose my nanny to sexual harassment."
"Okay, well, the offer always stands. I don't mind."
She crossed her arms under those perfect breasts.
"It's not like I have a boyfriend or much of a social life outside Janine and Paige."
I opened the water bottle and took a few quick chugs. "Yeah, and your friends are always welcome here. Seriously, this is your house now, too." Her smile was small but genuine.
"That means a lot."
I nodded awkwardly. "I'll, catch you later."
"Later."
I ran out of there so fast the room may as well have been on fire and headed down to the lowest level of the house until I got to my gym. The floor-to-ceiling windows opened up to a view of Lake Washington, where the sun was in that last moment of setting. I powered on the treadmill, slipped my earbuds in, turned up the M&M, and hit it. My heartbeat was steady as my feet pounded at the machine beneath me, my breathing even. Maybe I wasn't that badly out of shape after all. After taking most of the last season off when I tore the fuck out of my shoulder, I wasn't sure I'd ever get back to the Sharks, but the coach kept me on the roster, and I was still leading for my position if that baby of a rookie didn't beat me out for it. Fuck that. It's mine. Yeah, 6 months ago, I couldn't have run at this speed without screaming in agony. 6 months ago, I'd still been in a sling, still broken as fuck from the way Helen left us. And then Bailey had walked back into my life, fresh out of her graduate degree at Cornell. It wasn't fate. I wasn't fucking stupid. It was our mothers pushing us together, not romantically. They weren't stupid either. But I needed help, and Bailey needed a job until she figured out what the hell she was going to do with her life, and her double degree in art and philosophy. It had been perfect until I'd seen her again. The girl she'd been while we grew up, while I went to college at UW and she went to Ivy, well, she was long gone. It wasn't like she'd had one of those chick flick makeovers. No, she'd always been pretty, doe-eyed, and just as beautiful inside than out. But now, fuck. Now she was a knockout and seemed unaware of it somehow. And worse, it was like my body had fucking Bailey radar. She came into a room, I got hard, even when I reminded my body that she was a no-go. It wasn't that I didn't like sex. Fuck, I loved sex. I adored women. I fucked a lot of women. Then they left. The first woman I'd ever loved had left while I begged her to stay. Now they left because I told them to. Let's be fair. It's not like they didn't know that was part of the package while I was dropping their panties. I said I fucked women. I didn't fuck over women. There was a difference. Of course, they were all blonde lately. Anyone blonde or red-haired, but never brunettes. Never